My name is Ray Stewart, and I'm president of National Shunt Service Limited. National Shunt Service, we specialize in a niche area of the supply chain and logistics networks. We have developed our own vertical integrated software solution, and we would typically be seen working at distribution centers, railheads, or port yard type environments. There's nothing more satisfying than being part of an ownership group that are your brothers and building something together. I know I can speak for myself, and I think them as well. It's a really unique and super exciting thing to be able to do together. I had several conversations with my external accounting team about how I could get better visibility within the business and make better strategic decisions. So we seen, I think early on, the need to get professional services that would be riding shotgun with us on a day-to-day basis, that would really learn our business, be integrated in our business, and then over time, as that relationship grows, they become our subject matter expert. They know what we're doing, why we're doing it, what our goals are, and then we can rely exclusively on them to help guide us on the financial side, which touches all areas of the business. I thought that I was going to be looking at hiring a full-time internal accountant, transactional based, and through my conversations it became clear that a service such as part-time CFO would be beneficial to us in a way that we hadn't really thought of prior. So as we progressed down that path and we found Daryl and part-time CFO, we had a couple of meetings. It became clear to me early on that Daryl, as the leader of part-time CFO, had a real vision for the value that his team and his services could bring. And through multiple conversations, I think sharing my vision and how his go-to-market strategy uniquely fit within that, we thought it layered in very well. We decided to go into partnership with one another. At a really early on juncture in the relationship, it became obvious to myself and my partners that we wanted Daryl at the time to have a seat at the table with all decision making, all of our leadership meetings, and he became a part of that very early on. We went from one individual working part-time with our team, integrated with our team, to whereas today we have almost exclusively our entire administrative, accounting, and controlling team all underneath the part-time CFO umbrella. By having leadership from part-time CFO working with us each and every day and understanding the unique and the really granular challenges of our business, and not just our business, on a customer by customer basis, and helping us make strategic decisions off of those relationships. It's been a very, very good journey for us. As you know, if I also think in the time since we engaged with part-time CFO, our sales have probably gone up, I'm going to say in the 30% range. And as you can imagine, all the trials and tribulations that come with that kind of growth, which are evident to everybody, we're happy to say we made the decision to bring part-time CFO in at the right time, and they've been with us for this pretty significant year-over-year growth. When we now have that comfort and the knowledge that we've got a team led by Helen Smith, our chief controller here, that is heavily engaged in all things that we're doing. And so Helen she sits at the table with the leadership group. She's very in tune to she has her finger on the pulse of the business, and how she's able to bring that back to the extended team and action all the things that we're looking to do brings a lot of value. So I think I mentioned early on, it's not transaction based. It's really so far from that. And I think that's where the real value lays from my perspective. We possess the knowledge within the shunting, trucking, and logistics space, and we sell our niche services as a value-add proposition. And I think part-time CFO does a great job, I think, of mirroring very similar their strategy, where it's a turnkey service solution. They own it cradle to grave. It's allowed myself and my partners to step away from the day-to-day engagements with vendors, with suppliers, with regulatory bodies, where we've got really they've got the keys to the castle. They own all those relationships. They own them and execute them on a very, very professional level, and that would be linked directly to culture. Early on, working with Daryl and his team, it became very clear that the culture really aligned with what we're trying to do as a team, being very entrepreneurial in spirit. I've also had the benefit to participate in a couple of broader engagements that Part-Time CFO has put on, where I've been able to meet and liaise with other clients and of Part-Time CFO, and to be honest, there's some great takeaways for me. I met some really interesting people with some interesting businesses, and as we talked and shared stories about, how did you get here with Part-Time CFO, it seemed like there's a real common thread. People such as myself, entrepreneurial in nature, looking to get better at what they do with the finance team. As you can imagine, if being committed to a growth company, we would price millions of dollars worth of work in a year, and it's extremely vital that in a very competitive industry that the numbers and the data that we're utilizing is real time, sharp, and there's no misses. And that conduit has been delivered with Part-Time CFO, with Helen doing the things that I mentioned. As I reflect and I think about what Part-Time CFO has done for us and how would I recommend that to another organization, it may sound a little oversimplified, but I think it really rings true. What is your core business? That's what I would say to someone if I was speaking. Is your core business finance, controlling, all those factors within measurement of a business? For us, it was not. So it became very, very clear, very easy. Our core business is shunting, moving trailers, and transportation. You would definitely benefit from outsourcing a relationship such as Part-Time CFO.